Before I left the ladies' room, I studied myself in the mirror and decided that my right eyelashes didn't seem as thick as the left ones. Easy fix. I simply applied another coat of my new mascara. It still didn't look right, so I touched the tips of my lashes with the wand. Another minute later, I had put on 2 more coats of mascara on each eye, and I could swear my eyes felt a little heavy. One more look in the mirror, though, and wow! I looked great, at least a whole year younger. Back at the table, we resumed talking over dessert. Suddenly, my nose itched and I sneezed. Nothing major, just a nice little feminine achoo. But as I raised my head to smile at my date for saying, "Bless you," the heavily coated lashes on my right eye stuck together like Velcro. It was only for a second, but it was long enough that it looked like a wink. I glanced at my date to see if he had noticed. He had. But he had misinterpreted the makeup malfunction. He winked back at me. Oops. Should I confess or just smile and hope it didn't happen again? I took a chance that the lashes were now free and tried holding my eyes open longer than normal to give the lashes a chance to really dry. My date seemed very encouraged by my wide-eyed look and probably thought I was looking amazed at whatever story it was that he was telling. If he had had plumage, he'd have started preening himself. Truthfully, I had no idea what he was talking about because I was concentrating on my eyes. I was going to have to blink soon, or they would tear up. My makeup would run down my face, and I'd end up looking like a reject from the music group Kiss. Oh, dear. So I blinked, which felt good, but also gave the lashes in my left eye their turn to stick together. What the heck was going on? By this time, my date seemed impressed that my eyelids were ambidextrous. He tried to wink back with his other eye, all the while telling me some story. Like a very slow-motion game of tennis, we volleyed winks back and forth. I finally kept my head down and looked at my lap because if I looked at him, I was afraid the rest of the date would be nothing but a wink fest. I was so annoyed with myself. I tried casually pulling at the bottom lashes of one eye to work off some of the caked-on mascara, all the while trying to carry on a conversation. But it was as though the mascara had turned into beauty spackle. It was at least hardening enough that my winking wasn't so constant. Thank heaven dessert was over, my date was looking at his watch, and we could get ready to leave. My gentleman came to my side to pull my chair out for me. How nice! As I stood up, though, I started to sneeze again and squeezed both eyes tightly shut. Darn! Both eyes stuck closed. Darn again! I couldn't see for a second whether or not I'd sneezed on anything. I quickly raised my face up in the hopes that my lashes would follow suit, separate, and open up, too. No luck. I felt my date's body as I bumped into him. What did he think of me? Probably that I was a klutz. Finally, both my eyes flew open just in time to see my date's face in front of me, lips pursed for a smooch. He must have thought I was waiting to be kissed. Oh, my goodness. This was a public place. What should I do in a situation like this? The whole thing was so ridiculous that I started to giggle. He drew back with a puzzled look on his face, but was good-natured enough to smile. All I could do was shake my head and start walking in front of him out of the restaurant. When I finally got to my car, I confessed my narcissistic sin, and we both had a good laugh. Then I got a real kiss, but there were no sparks. Just another crazy date for me.